What if I told you you can get 2 harvests for 1? That's exactly what we're going to discuss today. Here we are in the food forest, and I want to give you one last glimpse of this thing before we get into the fall. And then you're going to see a bunch of sticks sitting up out of the ground from your perspective. Here's what I really want to point out. This is a food forest section, okay? We have orchards, but we also have food forests. What I want to point out is, well, basically what you see right here in this bucket. Strawberries, and better still, they're June-bearing strawberries, okay? Well, not only did these strawberries produce in June, here it is literally at the end of September, and we're getting another harvest out of it. Now, if you were to add it all up, I'd say it was somewhere around 100 gallons in this space and a little bit up that way in the orchard. This time of year, the only thing anybody's really expecting, for the most part, as we get into the fall, is pretty much apples, which is beautiful. That's why I love apples so much, not only because of their preparedness quotient, but also you can store them for a very, very, very long time. You're getting something that is basically sweet, and you can use in sweet or savory dishes at a time of year where you're really not getting much else. But how about it? You got strawberries right here. Now, here's what I want to point out. The Homestead Honey is over here getting more strawberries. And here we are. Yeah, look at what we got here, baby. Is there going to be any strawberry shortcake in my future?
Maybe.
Maybe. I didn't even get none the first time out because I was doing that 75 hard. And now I'm going to suffer again. Ain't that right? Greatest Pyrenees. For those that don't know, he is the greatest Pyrenees. He demands to be called that. Here's what I'm trying to get at, y'all. When you put in perennial species, I was at an event this last weekend, and I know a lot of us homesteaders feel as if we just need to stick to annuals, you know, things you put the seed in the ground and they grow. But how cool is it when you stick it in there, you manage it for a little while, and then you get abundant harvests over and over and over again. So like I said, 100 gallons first time out, maybe 60 this time out. Who cares? At the end of the day, I didn't put in any more work. So in addition to all the strawberries that we got going over here, we got fruit trees, tons of them that are emerging right now. A bunch of nitrogen fixers over here as well that are working synergistically with the fruit trees. And Michelle, what else do we got kicking around in here besides these blueberries that we got to dress a little bit? And we got tons of them growing in here, and they're doing better and better and better.
We've got primrose down here. That's the yellow flower. That's a perennial with some health benefits.
And of course, I'd be remiss to say, I mean, first of all, we're walking on food, y'all. I mean, how cool is that? Everything you see in here, it either feeds us, feeds the animals, or feeds the soil. How cool is that? And the beauty about a food forest especially is that once you get that bad boy in place and you look after it for a little while, it's putting out, just like the late great Bill Mollison said, it's putting out more energy than you have to put into it. So basically, is it going to give you the same yield as it maybe an orchard? No. But at the same time, you're not putting in a fraction of the effort. I mean, literally, look, here's a strawberry coming up right now, a green one, okay? We got a bunch of red ones that are blowing up right now. Okay, this is another harvest. If I had a nickel for all the food we pulled out of here, and keep in mind, y'all, the stuff you're looking around you is basically 2.5 years old. It's not that old. And now it's getting to the point where it's really starting to feel like it's on autopilot. But when you consider the world we live in right now, where food is becoming something that's a massive concern to a lot of people out there, maybe that's why Joel Salatin wrote his latest book, The Homesteading Tsunami. Because everybody, are you eating strawberries, boy?
Yeah, he is. I've been watching him this whole time. He's been eating strawberries.
You are a carnivore, mister. You're a carnivore.
Go for it.
Hey, don't be giving him that, Michelle. What are you doing?
He just likes strawberries.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so instead of the other critters we got to look out for over here, now we got a dog that's been told to go eat your mark.
Chloe eats raspberries, too.
So, okay, I guess you know what? We share with nature because we always leave about 10% back for nature. But we also, I guess, we now feed them to our dogs as well. I thought they were on an all-egg diet, but who knew? I guess they're eating strawberries now, in addition to some of the bowls that come popping up out of here. But y'all, look, once again, I mean, we're at a time in America where people are saying, look, where's my next meal going to come from? Things are becoming more and more expensive every single day. And sadly, it's going to get worse. But it's systems like this that you can put in that basically give them time, give them care, give them what they need, And then honestly, we're at a place right now in this section where it's essentially on a laissez-faire type thing. I mean, it really doesn't require much out of us. Outside of just minor maintenance, a little bit of trimming here and there, this is that area I intend to go wild. So next year, whereas before, as this place becomes more and more fungal, things like this blueberry, the ones over there, all these other blueberries, we're starting to see them pop. So we got a little bit of a harvest out of them this year, but next year I'm really expecting things to kick up. Down over there, we got a hugel mound that you can barely see right now for all the stuff growing up out of it. Now, are some of them weeds? Absolutely. But they're part of the succession because it's going to go from weeds to what you see right now. I mean, y'all, I want you to take a real quick look because this is probably the last time we're going to be able to give you something of a glimpse of what it looks like in a food forest, in a very productive food forest that's still very much immature before it gets on in the fall and then ultimately winter. And then honestly, everywhere you can't even walk, you can't throw a rock without hitting comfrey, which by the way, we've explained before that we chop and drop, throw it around our fruit trees, throw it around our nitrogen fixers, feed it to our animals, use it in our compost piles, every single way you can possibly use that. Now, as a permaculture designer, you're told, I shouldn't favor one thing or another. But if I had to pick one plant, one shrub that I had to have, it would be that comfrey. That's why we sell it on our website. So additionally, y'all, what I want to point out also is that some of the area that you can't see, like some of the road down there, there's even things out there that are meant to favor the wildlife on the outside of this. Now, I love wildlife. You just ain't allowed here. Can't stay here. Can't stay in this food forest. So I basically provide things on the outside that they can help themselves to, in addition to slapping bone sauce on everything we got in here. Does it keep them out 100%? No, but as you can see right here, they ain't fooling with nothing. In fact, they might be browsing some of these strawberries right now, but there's enough to go around, you dig? As I'm over here getting these fantastic strawberries at the end of September, check these out. You got marigolds that have basically reseeded themselves from last year. These are things that you might want to consider. Nobody, well, I ain't gonna say nobody, not a whole lot of people are talking about it. Here's something else to consider. People would think this was sacrilege. We got a blueberry, low bush blueberry, growing up out of a sea of comfrey. Now, do you need to knock that down? No, because this is a food forest. I'm letting everything express itself in the way it wants to express itself. I didn't tell those marigolds to grow there. I did tell the comfrey to grow there because obviously I put it there. And I did tell the blueberry to grow there just to see what it will do on its own. Now, if it became much of a problem, I can chop and drop, which I always do. Chop and drop all that comfrey, lay it at the base of that blueberry. Ain't that right, milk? Wah! All these little white flowers through here are gonna be strawberries, but here's one of the ones, y'all. I'm not kidding when I tell you this. I don't know why, I don't know what for, but I'm telling you, these strawberries that are coming out right now, same plants, we didn't do anything. But I am telling you, they are twice as sweet as what they were when they came up in June. What I really want to point out, think about those perennial systems. Think about those things that you could put in. Think about how you can make all 7 layers of that forest, really 8, productive in a way where it produces everything. So our overstories over here are producing food. Our understories, like this apple, are producing food. Our shrubs, all of them, are producing food. Our ground cover, as you can see that we're walking on right now, producing food. We got an herb layer in here that's all around that's producing food. So you can have those things that are strictly productive, strictly beneficial, strictly medicinal, but also have those things that overlay with the things that put food in your belly for free. You gotta love that. Don't forget to check us out on the Permaculture Pimpcast. Don't forget to check us out on Patreon because we put a lot of good information over there. And don't forget to tell your friends to check us out, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Check us out on the website also. Till next time, this is Billy, along with the Homestead Honey over there getting all kinds of grub from Perma Pastures Farm, where permaculture is my passion. We'll see y'all next time.